Outdoors Delmarva covers everything outdoors,
including real hunting and fishing situations involving wildlife.
We do our best each week to bring you tasteful content,
but viewer discretion is advised.
Now enjoy the show.
We begin this week in Seaford as we take to the skies while remaining safely on the ground.
We get our first look at the 2025 Outback Wilderness Edition at Gateway Subaru.
Scorchy Taws met a big enthusiast for small trains just across the state line.
And I'll head to Killens Pond State Park to see what becoming an outdoors woman is all about.
Outdoors Delmarva starts right now.
Welcome to Outdoors Delmarva, the show that celebrates our communities, our cultures and traditions, and the places we call home. My name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch. And Jason, we're about a week and a half away from the big day. Are you ready?
Oh, I am absolutely ready.
You have all your Christmas shopping done.
What are you talking about? I don't need to do any shopping for the Outdoors Delmarva 1 hour Best of 2024 special airing at 5 p.m. on Fox 21 Christmas evening. You are getting so much coal in your stocking this year.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here are Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
Lauren, look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. Wait, that's actually a plane. It's just smaller.
Can't get anything by you, Columbo. We're here in Seaford, Delaware with the Sussex Aeromodelers Club. We're excited out here today.
Well, I'm glad
We're having a big competition.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Our competition primarily revolves around aircraft that were designed and built for 1989 back to 1950, and then we also, that's for the vintage RC portion. We also have the antique portion. It represents aircraft prior to 1950. We have one aircraft out here. It's a 1936 Miss Delaware. Mm-hmm. I'm flying a 1939 Scientific Mercury. And we've got a couple on the other end of the field I haven't gotten down to see yet, but we've got some old ones here.
And for those who aren't familiar with this club, you guys are located right on Bethel Concord Road in Seaford,
yes,
right up the street from me, and my son makes me pull over all the time just to watch these planes. You guys are out here every weekend.
Yeah, and those of us who are retired are out here through the week. If we can, if the weather's good, we'll be here.
And for those who aren't familiar, it's radio controlled.
All radio control models.
Yeah, that's very cool. And some of them you guys build.
Yes, everything prior to about 1990 you could find in kit form. Mm-hmm. In the 90s they started coming out with what they called ARS, which are all ready to fly. Mm-hmm. The aircraft came all built, covered. Mm-hmm. All you had to do was put about 6 or 8 screws in, slide it together, put your radio gear and motor in it, and go fly.
It's grown over the years then.
It has. It's modernized and kind of goes against the grain of people like myself who've been doing, I've been doing it 71 years. Yeah. And we actually build our own, cover them, and people don't realize how educational it can be because you've got to interpret drawings to build. Okay, you've got to learn a little bit about chemistry, what kind of glues you use where on the airplane. And it teaches you the physics of flight. Yeah. You learn how to balance an aircraft and trim it out and everything else. And you kind of lose that because the modern ones have gyros and they're self-stabilizing. Mm-hmm. So it's a whole lot different than when I grew up.
Yeah. And you're always down to have people come out and join your club as well. If people are interested, do you guys have a Facebook, website?
We do. We have Facebook, and that's Sussex Aeromodelers, of course. And we also have a website, which is Sussex Modelers. And we usually have announcements, anything we have coming up, but usually, a good day, somebody's going to be here.
Right, so come on out, check it out yourself.
Exactly.
Fall in love with the hobby, which there's a whole mess of people out here that have fallen in love with this.
And a lot of these guys, they came from Western Maryland.
Wow, that's awesome.
Because we haven't had any local vintage meets this year, so
Here we are, Flytober.
Yeah.
Right out here.
So we're able to get them over here and enjoy, and hopefully get them to come back.
Lauren, I got to tell you, that was so cool.
It was super cool. And Riker, my son, got to tag along with us that day. And now he wants one of them for Christmas.
Well, that makes two of us. Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru, returns right after these messages.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
This time of year is special for a lot of reasons.
And we learn about a couple of those reasons at Gateway Subaru in Delmar.
Now, I'll tell you, if I was buying a Subaru today, this is the one that I would be taking home.
I can't imagine why. I mean, just looking at it, it just looks tough for basically a wagon.
Absolutely, absolutely. We live on the shore, right? And so we have everything from the beach, we have hunting, we have farmers that need vehicles for their fields to get around on. This does everything.
This will pass every gas station for a while.
That is correct. You'll not need to, like say your typical four-wheel drive off-road vehicle. You're filling up, every couple hours if you're on a trip. Right. With this, I mean, you're getting close to 600 miles per tank. That is a good, weekend of driving up and down the beach without having to worry about, I'm going to run out of gas. Do I need to bring cans? You can go up in the mountains for a weekend and just pack all your stuff in the car or on a roof basket if you have one, not have to worry about, I'm going to need gas for my car.
There's a lot of good reasons to come in here and take a look at this vehicle, but one of the best reasons to come by Gateway Subaru this time of year is, of course, Subaru's Share the Love event. That is happening until January 2nd?
That is correct, January 2nd. And we have our major charities that Subaru's going to donate to. So you'll have your Meals on Wheels, Make-A-Wish Foundation, your ASPCA, and National Parks. And then the one that is our hometown local charity that's near and dear to our hearts is the Believe in Tomorrow Children's Foundation. We have a local house in Ocean City for families. We have another local house in Lewis, I believe, for families. It's a great charity, great foundation. It's great what they do for the children that are recovering from their surgeries or their families to just decompress.
On behalf of Outdoors Delmarva, I want to thank you and the staff here at Gateway for continuing to support not just Outdoors Delmarva and the programming that we bring, but also to the community at large, from the four-leggers to, like you said, the children that are down there recovering from whatever they're recovering from. And this time of year is so very special. And I know that I've been a good boy all year long, despite what anybody else has said. So I'm hoping that maybe one of these finds its way underneath of my Christmas tree this year.
I hope you have a tree big enough.
For more information about all the 2025 models or the Share the Love event, go to gatewaysubaru.com.
Outdoors Delmarva, we'll be right back.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Jason, I've always loved trains. They're very nostalgic to me. My brother and my dad have model trains on display at my parents' house, and my grandpa used to put one under his Christmas tree every year.
Oh, I love them as well. So we are all aboard for one man's big passion for small trains in this week's Remembering Scorchy Taws.
Honoring the life and legacy of Scorchy Taws, thanks to Shorts Marine in Long Neck, Delaware. Shorts Marine, everything but the water.
For 43 years, Charlie Cullen's hobby has been collecting model trains.
I have 30-some engines and over 100 passenger cars and equipment.
And we might add, they are not sitting on shelves to be admired. 82-year-old Charlie Cullen has a railroad yard, and it fills every inch of its allotted space, the attic of his Delmar home. A place where he nimbly masters a cluster of transformers that have trains skittering hither and yither on a maze of tracks. If you're a train buff, his attic can have an intoxicating effect. Charlie Cullen never met a model train he didn't like.
No. No, I haven't.
That's sort of a weakness for them?
That's right, that's right. They have been a lot, as you might know. I've been lonely at times, and I've come up here, and it's filled a void in my life. And when I'm depressed and feeling bad, come up here, it helps me out.
Charlie's attic has been a popular train buff hangout in Christmas seasons past.
I did keep a record of people that would come up here during Christmas. I had them from practically all over the United States.
This Christmas, however, after 43 years, Charlie Cullen will be at the throttles for the last time. Charlie has decided to let go one of life's passions and store it in his treasure house of memories. He will sell his trains.
This year, I've been up here very, very little. That's the reason why I've got to get rid of them. I have not lost interest in them, but I'm getting older, much older.
Growing older can unmercifully temper past pleasures, and certain infirmities must be accommodated. So it is with 82-year-old Charlie Cullen of Delmarva, a man who for 43 years has been a little boy at heart in his utopian attic filled with tranquilizing trains. Scorchy Taws wandering our Delmarvelous land for WBOC News.
Remembering Scorchy Taws is sponsored by Shorts Marine. Online at shortsmarine.com.
Did you know that Christmas caroling can be traced back to 14th century Europe?
Did you know that Christmas carols were once sung year-round, not just at Christmas time?
And did you know that in the mid-17th century, England put a ban on Christmas, forcing carolers to sing in secret?
Now you do.
Did You Know is sponsored by North Bay Marina. Outdoors Delmarva will be right back. You're watching Outdoors Delmarva presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
It's not very often that I get asked to sit one out.
Well, with a weekend called Becoming an Outdoors Woman, I hope you understand why. But pay close attention because you just might learn something. We're here at Killens Pond State Park in Felton, Delaware, and this is the Becoming an Outdoors Woman weekend. You guys have this year after year, Patrick.
Yes, we do, and this year it's turning out to be a fantastic weekend so far. The weather's beautiful, the people are high energy, positive, and it's starting off great.
How did this become a thing?
So this program started for us here in Delaware in 1997. And it actually is a nationwide program that you can find in different states throughout the country, mostly run by different wildlife programs within the state. So we started in 1997 at Camp Arrowhead, and since then we've started bringing it all around the state. So for over 25 years now we've been doing this. The program runners wanted women to have a safe and kind of more accessible feel in space. Then a lot of these areas are dominated by men, and even if the men are wonderful and helpful education-wise, sometimes you want someone who you can relate better with to teach you there, and sometimes that's how you learn better. And so you'll find a lot of our instructors are women who are experts in this field, and a few of them are as well as men who they're just wonderful educators about it. Seeing the support amongst the participants is one of the best things. I mean, everyone's there to help the other person no matter what they're doing, and I think that's one of the best parts, is just that a camaraderie amongst one another. So first and foremost, it is an outdoors camping weekend. They're here to really see what it's like to get out there, get outside, sleep in it, live in it. And then on top of that, they get to learn some amazing different skills and outdoor recreational understanding. So they have all sorts of programs here, from a mentored deer hunt to fishing to kayaking, bird watching, and there's things for everyone. There's nature journaling, there's forest bathing, we have sunrise yoga in the morning. competitions. So it's all over the place. There's something for everyone who just wants to figure out how they can best connect to the outdoors.
How do women sign up for an event like this?
Great question. So they sign up through, we do an online form every single year. So we have a website. If you go type in essentially Delaware Becoming Outdoors Woman, DENREC, you'll see our webpage, and on there has all the details. There's a mailing list they can join to get updates throughout the year about when things are coming up, and then eventually, usually at the end of the summer, we open it up for signups for that year's program.
You guys sold out really quickly.
Yes, we do sell out quite quickly. This year is in under 2 days it was sold out, so it goes by fast, yes. So it's a very popular program here.
So how many women are out here this weekend?
So this weekend we have around 55 women out here, which is great, and some years it goes a little more depending on the spot we're at, but yeah, about 55 women from all around.
Yeah, so some of these women it's their first time and some they're veterans.
Yes, absolutely. We have some that are coming back year after year, but some this is their very first time out here. Some it's their first time camping, and for a lot of them, you'll see it's the first time kayaking, fishing, and so a lot of firsts, but also some familiar faces for sure.
And some people are bringing like their sister or their best friend.
Absolutely.
So it's a pure women's weekend.
It is indeed, yes, it is indeed. I know it's ironic, I'm the one standing here, but yes, we have women group who know each other from all over the place. Some are family, some are friends, some live in different states, and this is how they connect.
Yeah.
They come together.
Girls'
and have a
weekend.
blast.
Yeah.
Yes,
Patrick's just here for the ride.
I'm just here, that's right, yes.
Well, did you learn anything?
I learned that you are becoming quite skillful with a compound bow.
And don't you forget it. Becoming an Outdoors Woman weekend events change locations year after year, so be sure to check out denrec.delaware.gov for the 2025 dates and location.
And we're going to check out your latest photos when Outdoors Delmarva returns.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here are Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
It's time to flip through the photo album and take a look at your latest pictures.
Thanks to our friends at North Bay Marina.
Caleb DeMar and Brody Stevenson of Snow Hill had themselves a real nice day out harvesting a pair of nice bucks.
Kenny Hopkins of Millsboro, pictured here with his granddaughter Elizabeth, shared a special moment as this was Elizabeth's first time out hunting with her pup-pop.
Walker Day rode on his father's back while out on a hunt in Berlin, and we're guessing that won't be the last hunt he goes on.
14-year-old Colt Lynch harvested his first buck using a crossbow in the Frankfurt area. Well done, Colt.
14-year-old Cheyenne East of Crisfield harvested this trophy buck in the Shelltown area.
8-year-old Brody Reese, also of Crisfield, had himself one successful Youth Day hunt in Somerset County. Fantastic buck, Brody.
14-year-old Addie Evans of Milford harvested this jaw dropper. It was her first buck, and it's a monster.
14-year-old Gavin West of Snow Hill is back on the board with his second buck, and it's a beaut.
Our hats are off for Tyler Phillips of Delmar, who poses with this impressive 10-pointer.
And Shelley Marshall of Crisfield sent us this gorgeous sunset photo that perfectly encompasses the beauty of the seafood capital of the world.
Outdoors Delmarva viewer pictures are sponsored by North Bay Marina.
The Longhorn Butcher and Taxidermy Mount of the Week is this awesome 10-pointer harvested by Travis Handy Jr.
For all your butcher and taxidermy needs, call Spencer at 410-422-3942. Stop by the shop on Morris Road in Pittsville or check out Longhorn Butcher on Facebook.
Well, that's going to do it for us this week. Thank you so much for tuning in.
And thanks so much for sending in those wonderful viewer photos. If you have a photo that you'd like to submit, go to outdoorsdelmarva.com and click the banner at the top of the page, or scan the QR code in the bottom corner of your screen.
We hope that you'll join us right back here again next week for our Christmas special. But until then, my name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch, and we hope to see you
Outdoors Delmarva.
Outdoors Delmarva, a Draper Media production, is presented by Gateway Subaru, Higher Standards, sponsored by Shorts Marine, Bell Creek Equipment, and Range Time.